What's up? It's KB. This is DTC Fit Nation. This video is inspiration versus motivation and how the two are super important in the process of changing your life and to bettering yourself. First, let's look at inspiration. Let's look at the definition of inspiration. Okay, so the definition of inspiration is arousal of the mind to a special or unusual activity or creativity. Arousal to a particular emotion or action. And the most important or the most profound, once you really think about the meaning of it, is the theological definition of inspiration. It's a special influence of divinity on the minds of human beings. I'm going to say it again. It's a special influence on the minds of human beings, which means it doesn't specify any race, creed, color, gender, whatever. It says on the minds of human beings, which means we all have the ability to either be an inspiration or be inspired by someone or something. So I'm going to give you an example. Think about music, think about movies. Think about how you watched an amazing movie, how you got it from that movie feeling something inside your spirit, feeling like that movie connected to something inside your soul. Right? Same thing with a good song. You play that song, and from the first time you heard it, it just connected. Something about that song touched you in a deep way, in a profound way. And for that brief 3 or 4 minutes, it took you to another place. Or it made you think about a past situation in your life, and it really touched you. So that's what a good inspiration should do. I think that's what I think that's why people gravitate to artistry, such as music, art, film, is because great artistry will take you to that place. It will touch you in a place that's more personal to you. Okay, but one thing we have to be mindful of and be careful of is be careful who and what we're inspired by. Okay, so we should never want to be inspired to look like somebody else. We should never want to be inspired to live like somebody else or to be somebody else. A true great inspiration will do one thing and one thing only. It should inspire you to be the best version of yourself that you could possibly be. It should inspire thought within you, right? Because nothing happens without thought first. You're not just going to take action on, I need a new job, right? Without thinking about it first, without having some kind of feeling about your job and things aren't going well, and then eventually, you know what? I think I need a new job. I'm going to go out there and find me a new job. Nothing happens without thought. So if your inspirations are off, I mean, your thought process is probably going to be off. So we have to be mindful and be cognizant of the inspirations or things that we're inspired by. Okay? So that's inspiration. Now let's touch on motivation. All right, so let's look at the definition of motivation. Motivation is the reason one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. The general desire or willingness of someone to do something. So the definition of motivation is pretty straightforward, pretty simple. However, motivations are probably more impactful in your life than inspirations are. Your motivations should be personal to you. They should be something that means something to you. They should be something that you can lean on during your time of weakness and insecurity. All right, such as family, your kids, historical perspective, meaning like your last name, and it has a certain legacy attached to your last name, and you have the obligation to uphold that legacy. Or a dream. You had a dream in mind, a dream or goal, and you're going to chase that dream no matter what. Those are all powerful motivating factors for someone to go out there and do things and change their life. My inspirations, since we talk about inspirations, I talked about movies in the inspiration category. I was inspired by the movie 300. That movie inspired me and touched me so deeply. To me, I thought it was the greatest movie I ever seen at that time. It inspired me to want to go out there and be a Spartan. I nearly joined the military because that's how, in my mind, that was the closest thing I can get to being a Spartan, is to be a part of our military. So, my motivations. I'm motivated by my past. I'm motivated by jobs telling me I couldn't do a certain job because of my weight or because of my lack of educational experience. I'm motivated by pictures I see, or I'm inspired by pictures I see of my past. Right? My motivation is never going back to that again. So, and I'm motivated by the prospect of my future. that if I keep going down the path that I'm on, how things can change for me, how things can be exponentially better for me. I'm motivated by all those things. So, like I said, motivations are supposed to be personal. Inspirations are more external. You can have 1,000,001 inspirations. You can have 101 motivations. But either way, you have to use those as fuel for your fire. Logs going into your fire, the more logs you put in there, the bigger your fire grows. And so day in, day out, you have to utilize those motivations and inspirations to further promote change in your life, and and it'll allow you to reap the benefits. Okay? So that's inspiration, that's motivation. I'm KP, this is DTC Fit Nation. And as always, I thank you for the love and support. Please click subscribe and follow me on Instagram at DTC Fit Nation. All right? DTC.